I think when I was younger, I just so badly wanted to sing. And so I just did as much as I needed to so that I could sing and write. When you're writing from that place, you're limited to that sort of palette. And so I think I was quite boxed in a way. And only really when I sort of started working on a computer that I could put in my own instruments could I really branch out.
Welcome everybody to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome everybody to episode number 579 of the podcast. Wonderful episode for you all today. I'm this might be the last episode of the year. So if it is, thank you everybody for staying with me through this. What a year, 2025. What a effed up year. And I'm happy to see it behind me. But I have to chat about I have to talk about my guest, because my guest is a wonderful, phenomenal singer, songwriter, musician. Lucy Kruger is on the podcast, and she's part of the band. She puts the Lucy Kruger and the Lost Boys in Lucy Kruger and the Lost Boys. And I had a chance to listen to her music, and I am so spoiled with the amount of just beautiful music that I'm given, that I get to listen to. Anybody who wants to listen to music, just start up a music podcast, and there you go. But I had a fun a good chat with Lucy, and I'm done talking because I want you all to listen to it. So everybody, sit back, relax, and Lucy, take it away. How's your day going so far?
Good, thank you. I'm visiting my family in South Africa, so I'm sitting in a very warm Cape Town, which is very lovely.
Oh, nice. That's I've never been to South Africa, but that sounds very lovely though. The Cape Town.
Where are you actually?
So I'm sitting in San Antonio, Texas. And not very lovely, but has
its own charm.
It's I always talk about this. I have a love-hate relationship with Texas, so that's where I'm at.
Are you from Texas?
No, I'm from Oregon.
Okay, right.
So that's kind of a little bit more like, I love the rain and the trees and the greenery. And it's hard to keep grass here alive because it just gets triple digits, and no fun. So I miss the rain. I do.
Right. Makes sense.
Whenever it rains, the norm is to not do anything, and just stay inside. And me being the opposite, I'm like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we gonna go? We getting things done today? And it's like, no. But this is a pretty loose podcast where we can chat about anything and everything. But I always like to know about your origins, especially in when it comes to music. So, first off, when did you get bit by that music bug?
Yeah, I think very early on, actually. I mean, in terms of loving music, my family, there's always been a lot of music around the house. It's always been, I think just a very big part of our lives, and a part of the joy of things. And I think I understood that from very young. And I mean, because I grew up in South Africa, there wasn't a lot of we didn't really go to a lot of live shows, but I do
Mm-hmm.
remember the first concert that I went to was Roxette.
Okay.
They came, I guess they were, only bands that are really big come, that bands that can sell out stadiums, basically.
Yeah.
And I went when I was about 5, and I loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess, I don't know, from when I was very little, I really loved to sing
Mm-hmm.
and perform. And then I guess there were just stages where sort of different things unfolded, and I guess learning to play the guitar was a big step in terms of understanding how much you can say
Mm-hmm.
and shape with music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Did before you learned how to play the guitar, did any of your family members play an instrument?
Yeah, my dad. I mean, my dad played guitar,
Mm.
and my mom sang in the choir, and my mom's brothers all played guitar. So at some,
Mm.
at the functions, there were, people sang and played guitar, and yeah, my dad used to. Yeah, there was definitely sort of campfire vibes at certain moments.
Yeah.
And then my sister-in-law, who was my brother's girlfriend at the time, when I was about 16. No, I guess I must have been younger. She was about 18. She learned to play the guitar, and I hadn't really
Mm.
seen. I guess I hadn't actually seen a young woman playing guitar. At
Mm.
least not in my orbit. Like I didn't. I think I didn't know. Somehow, I didn't imagine that it was. I didn't think of it as a possibility. And
Mm.
then when I saw it so close up, um, I it kind of immediately went for lessons. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was very much around. But that was the first moment where I felt like, oh, that could also actually be me.
Something awoken in you, and you're just like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do
Yeah.
this. I I wish I was more musically inclined because I've been, especially around the holidays, to my friends' families, and there's always somebody at the piano, and
Right.
busting out what I take requests, just say something, and it's always a fun time when somebody
Yeah,
just and
yeah.
I'm
But actually, yeah, it's not. That isn't the dynamic. It's interesting. That isn't so much the dynamic.
mm,
In I also see when I see people that are very free with sort of when it's a more of a conversation than it is
yeah.
band performance. That seems very beautiful to me. That I guess it's not so much like that. Maybe there's been phases, um, but yeah, I do. I mean, I think it's when you see families or communities that really grow up with music as a part of their sort of conversational language. It looks quite amazing.
hmm And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's almost a second or third language that you all
Yeah.
speak. That it's just like, okay, do. Oh. I'll play
Yeah.
this
So,
do do, and you'll come in later with the do do, and there we go.
yeah.
Sorry, everybody, for the technical jargon on my part. I'll try to dumb it down. No, I'm just kidding. But so, well, and I love that you learn, like your mind was open when you were, or the world of possibilities was open when you were learning guitar, and how did that inform your songwriting?
Um, yeah, I guess very drastically, and that only really changed because I'm still trying to learn how to play the guitar, and
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was more patient with it. I think when I was younger, I just so badly wanted to sing, and
Mm.
so I just did as much as I needed to so that I could sing and write. But you obviously then limited to when you're writing from that place, you're limited to that sort of palette.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I was quite boxed in a way.
Mm.
And only really when I sort of started working on a computer that I could put in my own instruments Could I really branch out? I mean, I obviously, at some point when the band was put together, could take the ideas on the guitar to the band, and that could be expanded in that way. But I couldn't do it on my own without the help of others.
Yeah.
Which is also fun. I think music is annoyingly, but also very meaningfully like that. It's just better with others.
Well, and it's always nice where, you'll have this idea, but you won't fully know how to, flush it out. So you're like, oh, let me give it to, whoever, and they can really get what you're saying.
Totally. Yeah, and expand it even.
Mm-hmm. What was it hard to find people like that, your bandmates?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, people get lucky at things in life and get unlucky at other things. And I really think I have just gotten very lucky with the people that I've played with. Because I've, by now, the Lost Boys has been a kind of shifting project in the sense that members have changed quite a lot due to, moving countries and mostly logistical things. But somehow, I mean, the first album I ever made was with a group of external musicians, session players, and they were amazing, but it didn't sound like me at all. And I ended up taking the album down. And since I started working with sort of peers, I guess, friends, or people that became friends, somehow it's worked. I don't know if it's I have the right amount of trust or I don't know what's made it work, but maybe it's also because I don't necessarily have I think sometimes, but often when I'm working on a song or something, I don't necessarily have a super specific idea about how I want it to sound. I have a very specific idea about how I want it to feel. But I guess it means that there's kind of multiple ways to get there. And so then there is just a lot of room for whoever the player is to move with that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. You may not know, like you said, you may not know how you want it to sound, but you have a feeling. And I feel like, when it comes to feelings, I don't know. I feel like they're a little bit more powerful. I was listening to, Pale Bloom, your newest album, and I was just kind of getting the feeling that, of the songs, it's just like they're very beautiful, but very haunting. It's just like, if you want the rose, you have to touch the thorns. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I dig this. All right. And so, that's just what I was feeling, listening to it.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Yeah, I do think, it was interesting. A friend was telling me the other day, we were speaking about sort of the creative process, and I can't remember the context now of the conversation, but he was saying that, he has a friend, another friend who's a musician who works in a very different way to me and has a sort of much more design aesthetic or way of thinking, like working very much within the form. And that is also an approach to get to an emotional experience. But I don't know how to do that. I don't have the kind of knowledge. Like, it would be a disaster if I tried to work only with form or the craft to get to a feeling. So I think that's also why I kind of need I need others to help me get there. And I feel it can be, the route is, there are many ways to go, I think. But the feeling's got to be there in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. And, listening to the album, there's always questions about, albums that I want to know about. Mainly, it is a two-parter. Was there a song on the album that was, I don't know, took a little bit extra time to flush out, whether the lyrics or the music, just something wasn't working, or just, needed more time?
Well, so Damp, which it'll be the it's the last single of the album. I wrote that song on an acoustic guitar, actually very much in the style that I originally started writing. And it just seemed like quite a mopey song to me. I mean, a lot of my songs start off like that, and they are. They're very, they're very kind of dramatic in their feeling, and I would probably call sentimental, but I don't want them to be, and I don't use them unless I feel like there is the seed of something real. I also don't want to be, I don't know, the more I do this thing, the less afraid I want to be of sentimentality, because I do think you have to sort of risk it to get to something. But it just felt a bit dreary, I suppose. And then Liu, the guitarist, she took it, and she took just the vocal stem, and then she sort of reworked it completely. And so in that sense, that was the most surprising turnaround to me, because the song suddenly became something else. It's like when you have, if you only have the victim part of the song, then it's a bit like, oh, come on, you got to try a little bit, But then you kind of put the muscular body behind it who's really trying to sort of get things going, and then suddenly you have this, you feel sort of a sense of empathy, or you feel like more invested in the story or the character or something, and then the end bit of that, which is this, I've got a breakdown scheduled in the basement part, is a bit crazy, and I don't really remember where they came from or why I attached it to the song, but I was really happy with how it came out. But then it was just very hard to get the groove to sit how it needed to live, and we ended up redoing that song. But yeah, I think that often happens with ones where you feel there was something, that there's something you really believe in, and you're like, it has to be translated,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, and so the other half of that question is, was there a song that just kind of came together, a bit more easily than the rest? Like it just like, oh, all the pieces fell into place, and it's like, okay, moving on.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a way, Animal Symbol, I made it by myself on the computer, and then actually we tried to add stuff. The drums, we tried to do some drums, we tried to do some guitar, and actually in the end we were like, but this is just actually it. Like, this is just a piece, and we didn't even really mix it. So not that it didn't have work done, but then all the work was taken away. Because I think it's kind of a strange piece. It's not really a song in the sense that somebody else could play it on guitar and it would translate. I think it's just very much something in those particular set of ingredients that conjured a feeling and kind of have to remain in that state or something. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a song off the album that you're looking forward to playing in front of people, if you haven't already?
Well, yeah. So we have sort of, actually, because I am so impatient, and when I have new material, I just want to play it. And so we have been playing actually quite a bit of it already, but we haven't been. I guess about half of the album we haven't done, and we will do it all. And yeah, I'm excited to play it all. I feel like the band has. What's been interesting to me is that some of these songs were written before the previous material we've released, and then the sort of the show has moved a bit to a sort of more intense, sometimes kind of confrontational, and I felt like, oh, these songs don't have that in them so much. But then we started doing Ambient Heat live, and then I realized, oh, it is there, and actually there's so much room in performance to bring new parts of the songs to life and to play with sort of new elements, because things feel different when you, especially when they're so intimate and you're in a room with other people and you're sharing them. And yeah, there's just a lot of room for them to expand. And I do think there's quite a lot of space in these songs, more so than in previous albums. So I think it will be nice to see how the band sort of runs with that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And another question that I like to do at the end, but there's never a right or wrong answer. But it tells me everything I need to know about you. So no pressure. Is to you, what makes a perfect song?
Mm. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that in a very interesting way. I guess it's just something that sort of pulls you in and takes you somewhere and moves you.
Okay.
I don't really. Yeah, I guess I really although maybe that's got to do with production. I guess I really like to feel that somebody was somehow that it's not trying too hard. That sort of feeling was plucked from the chest in sonic. So I guess I'm a bit of a sucker for feeling. I don't, I think I also, again, what I was saying about Damp now, I think I really like songs that have, and I'm not always very good at this. I think sometimes I'm too explicit with my emotions. I really like songs that are just veiled enough, They're not, like, I don't know if you know an artist, Aldous Harding, but I feel like she does this thing where you kind of don't know exactly what the songs are about, and they're kind of stoic, but also a bit playful. But there's like a whole lot of feeling there,
Yeah.
And it's very specific to her somehow, but very generous. Like, it's very generously shared. It's also yours.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is or how people do that, but it's got nothing to do with craft. I mean, that's obviously what I mean. It's not. It can't be called. It can't be like said. This is how it's done.
Right. There's no button on the keyboard that says, do that, and you're like push for that. No, it's a deeper. Something deeper. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I love that. I absolutely love that. I like.
What makes a perfect song for you?
Oh, wow! No one's ever asked me that. I feel like the word of the podcast is feeling, because I like there's some like a feeling that happens, and my background is, I'm a film school kid, so I think of everything as film.
Right.
And if I hear a song, I'm immediately crafting the scene behind it. Right. If there's no music video, or even if there is, I'm still crafting like, ooh, this would be good in this kind of scene. And but yeah, it's definitely a feeling of like, where does this song go? Where can I put this song? How can I use this song? But also, like, does this song motivate me to do something? That's also another factor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first of all, thank you for asking me. No, nobody ever asks me, and I appreciate that. But for the people at home who would like to follow you online, catch a live show, or pick up the album when it becomes available, or if you have any singles coming out, where can they learn all that?
I mean, on the dreaded socials, and I guess Bandcamp for me is the best place to buy music. In terms of listening, it's on all the terrible places. And I do have I have a website, which is just lucykruger.com. But yeah, I would say Bandcamp, and I guess as horrible as it is, Instagram is the place where I probably keep people the most updated about what's going on.
I feel like you might. I feel like you would get behind this. Like, me. I wish you didn't have to do. Didn't have to do any kind of social media. And just be like, it's out there in the world. Go find it. It's there.
It confuses me so much, I have to say. I just went on a 10-day silent meditation course.
Oh man, that must have been real nice.
It was. I mean, it was really. It was very intense. It was definitely not relaxing, but good. But it's quite. It's like when you don't. At some point, when TV became less of a thing, and so you see less adverts, and then you see adverts again, and you think this is absolutely insane because you haven't seen an advert for a while. It's kind of like this with tapping back into the Wi-Fi.
That Wi-Fi, how useful but also dangerous it is. I don't know.
Confusing.
That's all right. But anyway, Lucy, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you for listening.
Of course, anytime you want to come on back, just say the word. I'd be happy to have you back on and to chat with you more.
Thank you.
Of course, but I'll let you go. Enjoy your family time, and keep staying safe and healthy. All right.
I hope you get some rain.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay. Bye, Chris. Thank you for.
All right. Bye.